Every bride and wedding planner should read this comment section. The coolest thing you've ever seen at a wedding. I worked a small wedding that did a 5-course dinner. Every table, 5 tables, had 2 empty seats. Instead of a head table, the bride and groom sat at a new table for every course. The groom's dad was an auctioneer. He auctioned off the first 3 tables to get food first, and all the money went towards the honeymoon fund. Every table had a number. Whatever table you were at had an anniversary card to sign for the couple that they would open on the anniversary that corresponded to your table number. I love that so much more than a guest book. Couldn't be replicated, but the ceremony was on a hill right before sunset, and as they said their vows, hundreds of dragonflies came out of nowhere as violins played. It was magic. I don't know, I feel like you could figure out how to replicate it. We did individual notes to every guest on their place setting, and I don't think anyone will ever stop talking about it. But let me warn you, labor of love. A single sheet, literally just pictures of all the single guests in hopes of a match being made. Bride and groom rented out an entire movie theater in between ceremony and reception with an open snack bar and alcohol and custom popcorn containers and played The Wedding Singer. That's awesome. We were at an old theater and everyone was having cocktail hour on the upper balcony. Without warning, they all played music and raised the curtains to reveal the couple having their first dance. Oh, that's cool. Our guest book is going to be a cookbook. We'll put on our invite for everyone to bring their favorite recipe and slip it into a little book and sign it, and we will have turned it into a real cookbook. That is adorable. Every table got a wedding cake of their own to cut. Honestly, smart. There was a pre-reception with mini food stations for every city the couple ever traveled to together. It was so dope. It was open bar too. A couple had an affogato truck come for the end of the reception. There was a line going for 3 hours. I had my mom's, his mom's, my grandmother's, and his grandmother's wedding dresses on display with their wedding pictures beside them. That is so cool. My friend had a game on our table to introduce everyone. It was like 2 people at this table worked with the bride, 4 people live in Chicago, etc. And we all got to figure out who was who. Like Wedding Clue. The tables were called one by one to take a picture with the bride and groom before getting their plate. After the speeches and dinner, called everyone up for one group photo. Immediately dance floor poppin'. It was great. The groom's grandma did the splits on the dance floor. Their family didn't even know she could do it. Grandma's a G! It rained at my wedding and a bridesmaid came in with a jar of rain she collected and I still have it 6 years later. What a beautiful little silver lining for you. Telephone guest book. People left us voicemails on a cute old phone versus signing a book. Now we have their voices forever. I love that so much. I walked down the aisle to the piano arrangement of Trap Queen by Fetty Wap. Iconic. Went to a wedding where the bride requested her guests who were married in the past that it was their opportunity to wear their wedding dress again. They were so excited. The bride's dress was gold. That is actually pretty cool. We did a bathtub filled with Clase Azul and the guests were obsessed. As our gift, my sister booked dueling pianos for our cocktail hour. It was so fun. The best favor I've ever gotten was a CD of all the couple's favorite songs telling their story. I listened to it in my car for many, many years. This would be so easy to do now with just a playlist and a QR code. We had an arcade claw machine with free plays that was filled with prizes for guests to take home. That's awesome. I'm a wedding photographer and the best thing I've seen was a custom poem station. The couple hired 2 poets and guests put their name and 1 word down and they got a custom poem written on a typewriter. That's so romantic and whimsical. I love it. Espresso bar mid-reception. Not just coffee served, but a full-on espresso cart. Hell yeah. Instead of koozies with our name on them, we had blank leather koozies with someone set up to custom stamp them with whatever people wanted. Cool. We did custom candles as gift favors. Not just generic scents, but we actually sat down with a candle maker and made a signature wedding scent. People still ask us if we have any extras laying around. Smell is the most closely tied to memory, so this is cool for a lot of reasons actually. Casinos set up during cocktail hour with fake money. I would love this as a guest. We did a scavenger hunt to encourage our guests to explore the gorgeous venue. The last task was to find us and take a selfie, so we got a lot of great pics with our guests too. It was a huge hit. The late night send-off was fresh, hot and ready Krispy Kreme donuts with little cartons of milk. Yes, please. We had a fortune-telling bird at our wedding. Guests would go up to the handler and the bird would pull a little tarot card out of the deck. The maid of honor blew chalk off her speech because the groom took too long to propose. A makeup person in the bathroom for touch-ups. What an elite move. My husband was obsessed with Bigfoot, so we had a guy come out in a Bigfoot costume playing the saxophone to get the party going. That's awesome. Had a whole basket of different sized flip-flops labeled dancing shoes so women could take their heels off. Thoughtful, brilliant, perfect. The couple picked the witnesses out of a hat instead of having planned witnesses. The crowd went mad for it. I heard of someone else doing it as a raffle, also a hit. We had a funnel cake truck and everyone lost their minds, obviously. My parents recreated the Love Actually scene for me and surprised us with a choir singing All You Need Is Love in the balcony. People still talk about it. My brother and I recreated the scene from Step Brothers where he storms out and screams this wedding is horseshit to get everybody to move from the food hall to the dance hall. But these are really good too.